Alright, happy Friday. Happy Sunday. We are, just to give a quick status update, almost level 64. Enhancement Shaman, leveling on the TBC Classic Anniversary servers. And what else? Yeah, I think we're going to stick with our talent build for now. I'm going to hide my camera so you can actually see what that is. Wish I could zoom in, but anyway. We've got 45 talents in enhancement, and we're putting some points in elemental now. I think we'll probably, we'll finish out convection, then maybe go to elemental focus and reverberation. I am kind of wondering whether, so this talent I think we clearly need to keep. I don't use this one that much. Although I probably should. 2-minute cooldown. I could see it being helpful at times, but at least during my leveling experience, it's not all that much. But I don't know. We'll get to level 70 and then kind of do a re-examination of our talents. But until then, I think it's fine. Wonder what I give up just by having that one extra talent point spent. I think not much. Because let's see, I'll be able to get... Yeah, because I'll still be able to get elemental focus, even though I'm not really having mana issues right now. Anyway. That's a lot of theory crafting. It's not all that relevant at the moment, because we've still got to get to level 70. Alright, and we are leveling in Terracar Forest at the moment. We mostly finished up Zinger Marsh. All these things you see are just one quest on the map. And yeah. So it looks like there's a lot there, but actually there isn't. For Terracar, there's a named mob here. Every time I go, someone else is sitting there waiting for him, so I haven't been able to do it yet. So we'll just check and see if he's up and available. And if not, we'll go on and do something else. These warp stalkers are everywhere. They're very annoying because they phase shift or go invisible. And then suddenly you have 3 of them right on you. That one is chasing the other guy. Good. Yeah, a lot of people here, clearly. That druid is probably going up too. There's a quest to rescue these orphans. I don't remember where you get it. I don't have it. So we're probably going to have to farm a lot of mobs here and then eventually come back anyway. It's unfortunate. Resist, resist. Yeah. Yeah, I wish, on named mobs, I wish they would turn the respawn rate way up on the anniversary server. It's very unfortunate. We'll wait just a minute and see if he pops up. OBS is making my audio distort a little bit recently. I don't know why. But looking at the meter, it's possible you aren't even hearing it. Huh. Maybe it's my headphones. Certainly got enough wireless devices to interfere with those. This guy doesn't have a knockback. Oh, no. Alright. It's unfortunate. But not that bad. Stolen goods. Drop rate on that is 40% according to... Let's get out of here so other people can get that named mob. According to Questy. Which may be my favorite new feature in Questy. Including the drop rate of your quest items. Even after all this time, I guess they're adding features. Which is incredible, considering it's not something you have to pay for. I'd like to just pull one of these, not both. Come this way, please. Yeah, as long as I remember to keep water shield up. Don't really have any mana issues anymore. I don't have to drink that often. Let's see if I'll come over here. Get a few more ticks from my mana spring totem. Put down a totem? No, I thought so. Oh. Good timing on the ding. So this row should be available with the next talent point I get. I do kind of wonder if the benefit of elemental focus is reduced since I have shamanistic focus, which already reduces the mana cost of my shock spells. And it procs quite a lot, as you can see. Come on. I think it's probably, yeah, I think it's worth it. I'm not sure exactly how the formula works. What I mean by that is, so shamanistic focus will give you 60% reduction. Elemental focus will... Oh, I'm dying. Elemental focus will give you 40%. They don't add, I'm pretty sure, so it's not like I'm going to get a 100% reduction. I think it's, I think they multiply. So it'll take off the 60%. And then if the other one procs, it'll take off 40% of what's left after that. Which is still pretty good. Yeah, that makes shaman spells, shock spells at least, ridiculously cheap. I wonder if I'm missing a... Oh. My headphones disconnected. Yeah, I really only use the headphones when I'm streaming, so it's possible that the issue isn't with OBS, but it's actually with the headphones. There's an easy enough way to figure that out if I can remember. Resist. To kind of wonder. Wish I could remember where you get the quest to save the orphans. Because instead of doing 2 quests right now, I just do 3. Because you have to farm keys for the cages from these. We'll at least get the last of the stolen goods and then get out of here. I know we will have to come back here at some point anyway. There's not too much of a point in purging that off. It's not like they're gonna run out of mana if I do that. One more stolen good. Curious if, yeah, I guess it does. Maybe. Oh, you're gonna interrupt his drinking. Oh, sorry, tried to help you. Those procs, though. It's definitely less painful playing an Enhancement Shaman in TBC. I mean, the damage you could do with a slow, heavy two-hander was incredible, but if you would get 2 or 3 misses or parries or dodges in a row, it was torture. Okay, I still need 3 summoners and 3 executioners. Is there anything else I'm missing? Nope. The music in this song is really good, I think. I probably said that in every zone so far, but... I say it because it's true. I can line of sight with this. No, he's just gonna fire it. Ooh. Oh no. Can I save this or should I run? Weird as this appears to be. Oh, never mind. I have to look at that tooltip again. But wait. So if casting time is reduced by 30, that's actually a debuff. If casting speed is reduced by 30. No. The other way around. Casting speed is reduced by 30, it's a debuff. Casting time is reduced by 30, it's a buff. Let's see. You just need to find one of the casters who has it on. I'm glad these mobs don't run. In fear, I mean. It's pretty tight in here. Yeah, see, this is poorly worded. Because it says casting speed is reduced by 30, but I think it means casting time. Unless they're actively debuffing themselves for some reason. Anyway. It's all semantic, but feels like nitpicking, but it's actually kind of a big difference. Right, I need one more executioner. Do I end up needing to come back here? Something to do with this. Oh, I'm done. Okay. Let's leave. And then if I do have one more quest for here, I think it's the last one. So we'll be done with this little camp. Oh, I do need these. Should have my magma totem ready. He's a tree. Of course he has a regrowth spell. Yeah, I've never updated Magma Totem past rank 1. Yeah, just rank 1. Just never really seemed to have a use for it. Damage it does is typically not really enough to help you. Do anything serious. It's actually a pretty decent increase in damage. 104 for 20 seconds. I just never remember to activate that trinket. That's why on the whole, I usually prefer just passive trinkets. I'm sure the active ones offer better buffs, but you have to actually use them for that to happen. Use the Rod of Purification. Oh, here's the orphan quest. You only get 10 charges? I hate that. That means it's going to sit in my bank and never be used. Should I go turn this in? We almost have enough for our epic ground mount. I think it's 600 for the training and then 100 for a mount. If I transferred some gold over from my bank alt, I could do it, but it's not super important right now. It does help you move faster, and that means you complete things faster. I have to go back to... what's the village called? Somewhere around Sinjin. Basically back to your starting zone. I think. Which I think is kind of nice. You return to the first place you spawned from, so to speak. Gives you a reason to go back. Or where is the Mount Vendor? It might actually be at Razor Hill. Yeah. Anyway, it doesn't matter. How do I only have 7? Maybe they're despawning before I get them? I don't know. I would have thought I'd have at least 10 or 12 by now. Yeah, it only gave me credit. That's ridiculous. Maybe... maybe I can't just let the totem do all the damage. That could be why it's not giving me credit for those. It's another problem with the magma totem. I think that's probably what it is. You can't just have the totem do 100% of the damage. You have to still tag the mob yourself. It's just very slow as all. Sell that for 6 to 8 gold. Alright, for now, let's just go back. I wonder if it's... I assume it's the same with the Fire Nova totem. Yeah, if that's the only thing that does damage, you probably won't get credit. Maybe I could get a Chain Lightning off. That would get at least 3 of them. Yeah. There's a Terracotta over there, if that guy isn't grabbing it. It's always the druids, man. They are always herbalists. In fact, there are 2 druids who are trying to grab that herb. Okay. Sorry, I'm having a mental difficulty here. Okay. I did grab the quest to save the orphans. I'm just surprised that my tooltip here doesn't say that these guys have keys that I need to grab. Yes, I'm pretty sure they do. Yep, there's one. No, unfortunately, it will let you burn a key to open a cage that has no one in it. So, keep that in mind. I think I've seen up to like 3 or 4 in the cage, but sometimes it's just 1 or 2. I honestly don't know if you let it sit there for a while, if more will spawn in the cage, or if it's just random chance. Let's see, anybody home? Nope. Alright, fine. No. Nope, nope, nope. You go beat on that mage over there. I should have the music looping. Oh, I do. Okay. Jesus, this area is crowded. Yeah, I know I've talked about this a lot, but it's just worth saying again that it's both the upside and the downside of the Anniversary Mega servers. You can be in a pretty crowded layer and just makes it harder for you to do your quests, but other than that, it's mostly upside. You never feel like you're playing on a dead server, even in the mornings. Now, I would say this is maybe a little too crowded, but it's fine. I'll probably need at least 4 keys. just waiting for his regrowth. There it is. What am I up to? 3? Yeah. Probably gonna have to finish this later. I can farm the keys and the feathers now, but finding cages that aren't empty is gonna be a challenge. Clearly the Scythians are not abducting enough people. Need to bump those numbers up. Yeah, all empty. Alright. So where to next then? We can go back up there. This is closer, and there's quite a lot to do there, so yeah, we'll do that instead. I was hoping there was a cage right there, but there isn't. Do you have to walk? I forget there's something. Carrion Hill. I think it's over here. Oh, looks like Horde is gonna lock these down. Yeah, here we go. I don't know why I thought these were skeleton mobs. They're just vultures. Come on down here. Resist. Perfect. Guess eventually you get a quest for him? I don't know. It's not an elite, which is usually how those things end up. He's taking a lot of damage these days. Not like I'm wearing cloth. I do have leather boots instead of mail. Yeah, and a leather helm. But by itself, I wouldn't expect that to make a big difference. I wonder if I can find some cheap gems for these. I don't know, maybe not worth it. If they're cheap enough, it couldn't hurt, but getting +4 critical strike rating is a pretty terrible bonus, so maybe I would just put in like 4 red gems or something and skip the bonus. He would fly down. I am using Storm Strike a lot more often now that it's only a 10-second cooldown. Can still be, you know, dodged, parried, whatever, but it's far more useful in this expansion. Looking for group. You don't really need to do that quest in a group, though I do admit it would be a lot easier if everyone did group for that one. Because I assume if you're in a party, everyone gets credit, Can you open a cage? It's not like it's an item you have to loot or anything. This is getting a little dull. I'll get this one and then maybe go work on another quest. Yeah, this one's just a straight grind. Actually, I want to pop over to Stonebreaker Hold real quick and sell some of this junk. Since we're in the neighborhood. So it's got to be some of the most annoying mobs they've put in the game. Healing up to 79, that seems pretty decent.
What are you looking for?
Zug Zug. No one buys light feathers.
Victory!
Loktar, strength. May your blades
I
never
think I sold one of these pots for like 3.5 gold.
Yes.
Yesterday.
Farewell.
2 hands. Mace. Invincible. I don't think I need this. 58.1. I mean, the damage is much better than the two-hander I currently have. I just don't see myself going back to using a two-hander anytime soon. This has resilience for some reason. 2. Alright, I need to sell this. Yeah, I don't know how...
Stay the course.
I think they're asking you to give up a lot there just for some extra resilience. Which, until you're in a battleground, is not super useful. Maybe if you're a tanking class.
strength and honor.
Down. Okay, I will be back in like 60 seconds. Just gonna get some more water and put something in the dryer. The threat be over. Omanga be saving us all. Puppy is doing okay. She is asleep on the couch. Yeah, since the weather started getting warmer, it's easier to tire her out, which is actually kind of good for us because she is a ball of energy. She loved the cold weather, and I think we'll still have some before the before winter is officially over. And it's not even really hot yet, it's just mild, but that takes a lot more energy out of her when she's running, so it's a bit of a relief. Because she's now in her teenage phase, so she can be a handful at times. Unfortunately, I do not have a quest for all of these scorpids. I don't... Do these folks have a quest or something? They were here earlier with 25 minutes on the clock. They really want that buff. I guess there probably is a quest. They're just really into PvP or zone-wide buffs. I don't know. All orders. Okay. Like crazy. Where did you come from? Is that guy... Looks like that guy's wearing a robe. It's not impossible, it's just unusual for a plate wearer. Because I saw him and I was like, oh, there's a mage there. But no, Then he charged. Or he went into battle stance and he charged on me. Oh, I think you need this for... If you're aligned with the Aldor. I haven't picked Aldor's Scryers yet. So maybe I'll just hold on to it. Or put it on the auction house, or save it for an alt. Yeah, I mean, if you get 10 of those, you can get 6 gold, potentially. At least according to Auctionator. Ultimately, I think the only thing you really get is a enchant for your shoulders. Unless there's something else I've forgotten about. Finding a lot of skirmishers, but not much else. Just need one more initiate, and then 3 more spellers. It looks like they're all kind of interspersed, so there's no one area I can go to find the spell weavers, as far as I can tell. Looks like there's an area for the skirmishers, though. Mashers. This guy's asleep at the wheel. I do find it... Well, I mean, we're not super early in the expansion, right? But I do kind of find it kind of funny. Somebody's like, yep. Blood Elves just became available. Let me roll one, not to have a paladin, but to have a hunter. Which I could have been playing before. As a Tauren, or a Troll, or an Orc. But not as an undead. Because once you become undead, you forget how to hunt. Don't need another initiate. I don't want to jack that guy's mob if he's gonna... Yeah. Alright, we're at the edge of their spawn range. Yeah, because you do not see many Blood Elf hunters in my experience. You don't really even see that many Tauren. think the special racial abilities are better for orcs and trolls than Tauren. I mean, War Stomp is great, but that means you're kind of already in melee range of something, which as a hunter you don't necessarily want. Two more skirmishers, that shouldn't be a problem. They're everywhere. People are really into PvP. Well, I call it PvP, but I don't expect 50 Alliance are gonna roll up and try and grab this tower. All armament. If I go Scryers, I can use that per rep. I'm just curious. Yeah, okay. There's a daily PvP goal. I'm not gonna do it now, though. It's interesting. I was kind of under the impression that, this server was a little bit more Alliance heavy, but maybe not. The main reason I thought that is because when I would queue for Alterac Valley, I would get placed with a lot of Horde Night Slayer characters. Meaning people playing on the server Night Slayer. So I was thinking, oh, well then my server must have a lot of Alliance that are kind of balancing that out, so... But... apparently not. Alright, we'll do some of these as we roam around. My map is looking a little bit crowded until I finish a couple of these quests. Is anyone gonna buy this if I put it on the auction house? Strength and stamina. I'm gonna say no. If it were plate, maybe.
Hello, stranger. Peace for you.
Peace for you.
Go on then. So long.
Buy my stuff. Yeah, I can't think of anyone that would want that. I don't think hunters are looking for strength. Enhancement Shaman, So... I think there are other stats that are just better. Oh, maybe Alliance are actually contesting some of the towers. That one down there. But we've got two of them. Yeah, just add a couple of skirmishers to that patrol and put them on a hardcore server and just troll people. There are like roaming elite groups in Classic in some zones. Kind of wonder what their kill count is on the hardcore server. Even if you're aware that they're there, I think it'd probably be very easy for them to sneak up on you. End your game. Which would be a painful way to go out. It's like you're level 38 in the Arathi Highlands. You make the mistake of going on the road and turning your back. You're screwed for just a few seconds. And then you're gone. Back to level 1. Humans do not look right on that mount. Yeah, speaking of mounts, like I said, oh, now I do have enough for both epic riding and an epic mount. And of course, as soon as I do that, the next challenge becomes flying mounts. Which in this expansion, basic flying skill is like, what, 70% speed? It is painful. But I think epic flying is something like 5 Gs, so I think I'm just gonna have to deal with it. Yeah, I would say it's worth it if you've been thinking about it. If you enjoy Classic or if you want to play retail, just gonna have to melee the rest of these. I know TBC was a lot of people's favorite. So if you enjoyed it, I think now's a good time because you can play it on the anniversary servers, which are packed. So there's not really a feeling that you're on an empty server or that you've been left behind by people who are leveling faster than you are. Sorry, I see another comment. Are you playing Midnight? No, this is classic TBC on the anniversary server. Sorry, I didn't see that comment before. Where's my chain lightning? There. It's actually kind of strange how much Blizzard is competing with itself. And that they just rolled out Burning Crusade Classic, what was it, 6 weeks ago? And their new expansion 2 weeks ago. So, yeah. Gives you, you know, a choice at least, but it's kind of interesting that they're potentially splitting their own player base. Which, as long as you keep subscribing, I guess they probably don't care, but... Anyway, that's kind of how things stand now. I will say it's kind of harder to find the time to level and play than it was back when I originally did it, but... Yeah, drummer, I think enhancement is probably the most efficient. Obviously, restoration would be a really slow way to level. Elemental would be fine, except you're gonna run out of mana, I think, a lot. So particularly with the changes in TBC, where for 11 talent points you can get Shamanistic Focus, that reduces the mana cost of your shock spells and procs pretty frequently. You can definitely level as enhancement, and I think not have too much downtime. Now, one of the reasons I don't have to drink too much these days to get my mana back up is because of Water Shield, which I don't think you're going to have until you get to like level 60 or 62. So that sucks. But beyond that, I think, yeah, enhancement is the way to go for leveling. Unless you just have a mage who wants to give you water all the time. But I don't think many of us have that. But yeah, with the number of procs I get from Shamanistic Focus, I can cast shock spells pretty frequently anyway, which is what you would be doing with an elemental build. I mean, you might get like a free lightning bolt cast off, but once the other mobs are in melee range, the spell pushback is going to be too much to do that. So. And TBC, I would say, Shaman is definitely more of a hybrid class than it was in vanilla. Because yeah, I'm casting shock spells all the time, even as enhancement. So let's see what other... Yeah, no worries. And I think you can pretty much just go fully down the enhancement tree. There's some stuff in Elemental that's not bad, but it's not
What
critical
brings
by
you
any
here?
means.
We shall meet again.
Alright, 2 more Bone Lashers. I know there's a quest that sends you down into these tombs. I don't think I'm going to do that right. It's kind of a commitment. Because once you're in, you're in. Alright, one more. Although this server is crowded enough, you probably have a pretty easy exit. Not to mention I can recall every 15 minutes and just go back to Strat. Not Strat. Shatrath. Alright. 20 of 20. But that quest is over there to turn in. Bleh. Alright. Yeah, I've leveled a couple mages in my day. And it can be a little repetitive. Just like frostbolt, 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 or fireball, fireball, fireball. Um, it can be fun in PvP, but yeah, in terms of just leveling, not a whole lot of variety there. I mean, every class can become a bit of a grind, but mage may be a bit more than most. Let's see if any of these cages actually have occupants now. I would say the only, well, I don't know. It's nice playing a hybrid class because you get options on the kind of role you want to play. They're all empty. But of course, you're not going to be the strongest person in any particular, the strongest class in any particular role. That being said, you can be a definitely a highly desired healer for raids, and even if you're elemental or enhancement, people love totems, so you can probably get an invite. Oh, that's the named mob. I don't want to take him from someone else, so we're just gonna go over here. Usually there's a queue waiting for him to respawn, so don't want to farm him if I don't need to. Yeah, I'm on Dream Scythe, the PvE server. Way back in the day, I used to level on PvP servers, but I just don't really have the time anymore. And battlegrounds and arenas are always available if you want to scratch that PvP itch. I know it's not the same as PvP out in the wild, but it's fine. If I have 15 or 30 minutes to play on a given night, I don't want to spend it running from the graveyard because I got ambushed by 3 Alliance or whatever. 3 Alliance or just 1 rogue. Alright, kids, you're free. Yeah, for sure. That's exactly how I feel. Oh, there's only 1 in there. Even if I were better at PvP than I am now, I just, doesn't feel like it's gonna get me very far. So I would rather just do my leveling thing. And on a weekend, if I have more time, do some battlegrounds or something. Oh, I did not time that well. I mean, and the other thing, on top of everything else, is the servers are rarely perfectly balanced, so Well, do we get, is this 3 or 4? Anyway. 5. No, 4. Okay. Run, kids. No, the channel's been around for a while. I just don't have a lot of subscribers, and I don't stream that much. I don't post videos that often either. They're more time consuming than I thought they would be, and also, you know, while they are kind of fun, I just have other stuff I have to do. So something that doesn't really, I mean, it's a time sink and doesn't pay anything, so it's really just whenever I have the time, and I kind of feel like it. Okay, thank you very much. That is much appreciated. And yeah, I tend to be on the calmer side. It's just my personality. Trying to think. At least in this game. In other games. Well, I've never been like the throw the controller kind of person, but I think it's pretty easy in this game to stay relaxed. Which, if it weren't, I probably wouldn't play it that much. No, nobody in there. Not trying to have a heart attack. Still need 4. How many keys? I've got 3 keys, so even though there's just one in here, I can open it. Alright. For the last one, I need at least 2 in there. Yeah. I have not raided in a long time. I do remember some frustrating moments for sure. I'm trying to think, what was the most frustrating? Most frustrating of all. I think for my guild, it was actually in Blackwing Lair. What's that second boss? Alexstrasza? The mechanics of that just drove our guild crazy. Because whenever he would nuke the tanks, as Horde, it was very hard for our next tank in line to be in the right order for aggro. So you would nuke our tank and then just turn and kill the raid. I think eventually they made him tauntable or something. Somehow it became an easier fight, but I think that encounter just about broke our guild. I'm trying to think what else was there. Yeah. In some ways I kind of miss those days, but 40 people is a lot of cats to have to herd. I don't know how raid leaders kept their cool. I was just a participant, not a leader, so still only one person in there. And then I think what eventually did kill our guild, after I had left by this time, but I think 4 horsemen and Nax was what finally did us in, or did them in. We did eventually make it past patchwork, but that also took some time. Just healers were kind of asleep at the wheel, in my opinion. We would have like random healers on a given night who just weren't, didn't seem on their game, and then we would figure out like, oh, they let their little brother sub in tonight because they didn't want to miss out on potential loot. Yeah, that's true for sure. I think it's the same thing with MOBAs. You can play with some really terrible people. Not terrible in terms of skill, but just very toxic people. And the worst I've experienced in like League of Legends, for example, is when you get put into a pre-made group with 2 or 3 other people. Because they obviously all have each other's backs. So whoever the other players on the team are, they are automatically at fault for everything. But it's actually been a long time since I played League of Legends. Not for that reason, but just, again, it's a time issue. For the moment, anyway. I'm hoping I'll get another key. Oh, wait, I can open this cage. And then we're done. Except I need more feathers, but I can get those somewhere else. Alright, let's go. But yeah, in some ways I can see people being a little bit sad that, you know, Blizz went over to 10-man and 25-man raids, but in the long run, I think it was the right thing to do. It was a bold decision for sure, but I think it was the right thing to do. Yeah, I would say that's probably got to be one of the hardest things for Blizzard to manage, is keeping both the sweaty players and the casuals happy. Because you got to appeal to both. So that means giving a challenge to, you know, the hardcore players, and then not making it, finding some way that casuals can also play where they don't just get frustrated and quit. And I guess yeah, for sure. And kind of regardless of which path you take, I think you do have to invest a lot of time in the game. I mean, I'm definitely a casual these days, but I still play, you know, hours. over the course of a week, maybe. Maybe not every week, but when I have the time. So even if you want to be casual, you can only take it to a certain extent if you want to make any progress whatsoever. But yeah, if you're like a hardcore raider, you can certainly spend most of your life in this game, assuming you can afford to. Getting the puppy has definitely reduced my playing time, which is probably a good thing in the end, but I don't know how people play when they have kids. I really don't. It's a lot to balance. Yeah, for sure. I don't know why some people turn everything into a competition, but I think that's part of why even in WoW you find some people who are upset that they're not the best or top ranked or clearing among the first players to clear something. I don't know. For some people, you know, it's just a casual way to relax, and for others, it's a lot more than that. I think those two groups have trouble getting along sometimes. But, you know, if you're in a raid with 25 people, you're probably going to have a mix. People who are really sweaty and people who are just, you know, trying to have a little bit of fun. That's why the yelling starts. Yeah, I know what you mean. It's even if you're single, you don't have a lot of responsibilities, this game can take a lot of time. And, you know, you probably do have responsibilities, even if you are single, I'm sure. So. I try to avoid responsibility as much as possible, but even so, it finds me. I mean, like, time responsibilities, not just responsibility in general. You know, like by the time you get ready for work, commute to work, get home, have something to eat, maybe a little bit of exercise if you're into that. You know, make sure the dog is taken care of. It sounds like I'm complaining. I'm not complaining. Yeah, I think TBC is a lot of people's favorite. I don't know if I would go that far. It's probably like my number 2, if not my number 1. I know a lot of people do not like Wrath, but I actually did like Wrath of the Lich King a lot. There are some things about TBC I think are better, but Wrath for me just had a lot of like quality of life improvements in the game, even if maybe the zones weren't quite as interesting. Although, well, I take that back. I think the zones were fine. Grizzly Hills is maybe one of my favorites in the entire thing. But TBC, I think, is a good balance. I mean, they made some quality of life improvements. A lot of things got better. You do still have random talents that are, I want to say, almost useless. For Shaman, for example, it's like, this was in vanilla, I'm pretty sure, and it's still in TBC, and I don't know why. Guardian totems, like stone skin totems, no one uses that. I could maybe see reducing the cooldown of grounding totem being useful for PvP, maybe. But like chance to dodge by an additional 1%. I don't know that anyone in their entire life has ever gotten that talent before. Again, maybe for PvP, but otherwise there's no point to have it. Yeah, I love Grizzly Hills. And it's, I won't even say it's like that the quests are great or anything, it's just the environment is, I think, the best. And yeah, the music, which, considering that as part of the environment. So my guess is next year they will probably move these anniversary servers over to Wrath. But who knows? Maybe they'll just come out with something entirely new. Classic Plus or whatever. At some point they might start getting concerned that there aren't enough players to support 3 or 4 different versions of the game, but for now they seem happy enough to do that. Yeah, the vibes are on point. Alright, one more feather, please. Yeah, I think that's the way to go about it. I mean, I know they did Cataclysm Classic, and now they're doing Mists of Pandaria Classic, but I just don't know that they have the same draw for those as the first 2 expansions. I can't say for sure that, you know, a lot of players dropped off, but it wouldn't surprise me if that's the case. I kind of barely got one character through Cataclysm Classic. And maybe I would have played Mists of Pandaria Classic, except then this came out, so I'm like, oh, well, I'll just go back and play vanilla on the anniversary server. Alright, let's go turn a few things in. Yeah, I wanted to play Miss, but I just didn't, yeah, I just didn't have the time. Because I never played it when it originally came out. I like the way it looks. But I don't know. If I had unlimited time, I would definitely do it. But it just didn't quite grab me enough for me to want to play it instead of Vanilla Classic. No. Yeah, I guess I would have to say I'm a Classic Andy too. I'll play Vanilla through Wrath of the Lich King, and that's probably about it. I mean, I did play the last retail expansion. I haven't gotten the new one. I haven't purchased it yet. I might eventually if I get bored with TBC, but I don't know. The game just feels different. Like, I have a warrior in retail, and it feels like playing a rogue in some way. I don't know how to describe it. I think they kind of, maybe it's just I didn't spec the right thing for me to enjoy it, but... Let's see, what should I get here? I think I already have a healing neck. Not really. Alright, let's just get another... Let's see. I could find where it is in my inventory there. I'm gonna say this is kind of a side grade. Maybe not. Yeah, I would. That's a good way to describe it. Comfort food. Maybe not entirely healthy, but you know, it's what you enjoy. I have such a backlog of stuff I've bought on Steam while it was on sale that I haven't gotten to. I should probably not be playing this game anymore, but anyway, it is what it is. Yeah, the other thing about retail, I know all the cosmetic stuff makes them absolutely huge amounts of money, but I think it's just gone too far. Like, the game looks too crazy. Like, you used to see someone on a mount that was unusual and you're like, wow, where did that come from? But now you go to like a busy capital city or whatever, and every single person has like a bizarre mount and is dressed like whatever. And I mean, it's great that people can personalize things, but it's just when everything is unique, just, I don't know. It doesn't hold much interest for me anymore. Like, the appearance of things. It just looks a little too outlandish. So, like, you see people on ground mounts here, which are some form of, like, creature or dragon or whatever. And then you log on to retail and people are, like, driving motorcycles and flying machines, and I know all that stuff was added a long time ago, like the engineering mounts, but it's like they keep trying to one-up themselves on how unique or bizarre they can make things look, and then they'll sell it for $10 or $15 or $20 or whatever. And again, like, I don't hold anything against people for wanting a cool looking mount. And I don't hold anything against people for wanting to, like, express their style or whatever. But I just think maybe maybe the game loses a little bit of something when everything is just super kind of in your face. And you know, and I'll watch somebody raid on Twitch, and I cannot tell what particle effect I'm seeing because there are just so many of them. So yeah. The game made for everyone is made for no one. I think that makes sense. So oddly enough, I don't know, is it possible to skip the epic mount for flying mount? Because I feel like I tried to do that before, but I wasn't able to buy flying skill without buying the ground mount, the epic ground mount skill. But maybe I just didn't go about it the right way. But the short answer to your question is I'm not intending to do that. If I can do that, I might. I don't mind too much traveling at 60% ground speed as opposed to 100. But there are things in this expansion where eventually you just need a flying mount. Even if it's super slow and torturous. So you have like 5,000 gold for the epic line. So I don't know. Yeah, I'll do some more research on that. And if I can, yeah, maybe I skip a ground mount and just go straight to flying skill. But I think I may have tried that the first time Facet came around, and for some reason I couldn't do it. Or maybe I was just too dumb to figure it out. Let's see. But anyway, I do have to end it there. Thanks very much for stopping by and chatting. And thank you also for subbing. I will need to go take care of the puppy, take her out for a quick walk, and then probably just have some lunch and do the rest of my Sunday stuff. Get ready for work next week. Oh yeah, cheaper. So I think I can afford one now. I think the skill is 600 and the mount is like 100 before faction discounts, so I should be able to do that. Anyway, I'll get around a little bit faster than I am now. But yeah, thanks for dropping by, and hope the rest of your weekend is good.